And welcome back to game 2 of the Super Major Qualifier for the NA region. Complexity versus Optic Gaming. Complexity took game 1 in convincing fashion. My name is Sunsfan, joined by BSJ. What up, bruh?
What's up, bruh? This is a good, exciting first game. Even though it's like a large discrepancy in kills, and it seemed like Complexity had control the whole way, it definitely wasn't anything like the first series we watched today. And I like to see Optic banning that Nature's Prophet. Complexity clearly loves the hero. They even banned the Night Stalker, so they recognize that as an issue if they want to first pick this Terrorblade. So maybe we'll see if Complexity views that as the way to deal with it. Will they first ban the Terrorblade? No. So will Optic say, okay, Night Stalker was the issue, we're picking Terrorblade?
I love this play-by-play.
Okay.
They got him.
I mean, this is what people think, though, like, when they're going through their drafts. Like, sometimes it is, like, one ban can mean one hero. It can mean you just don't want to play against it. All types. A lot of viewers don't realize how much thought goes into the bans. And, you know, these first-round bans...
Do they really not?
I mean, a lot of, people will basically say, like, wow, why are they banning this hero? And it's like... sometimes it's a matter of not knowing how to deal with it. Sometimes it's like setting up your fourth pick. I can say that every draft that I've ever lost, I'd say 80% or more of them were from the bans. Like, you failed to ban a hero that was really good against your lineup.
Whoa.
And they go Visage from Complexity. So this is, I think, partially a denied pick, because Optic loves this hero. And I think this hero is absolutely busted. And they banned Underlord too, one of the best heroes in the game, against it. So I am excited to see some Visage in competitive play, because I am working on the hero myself to give the viewers an idea of how broken Visage, in my opinion, is. My micro skills are subpar, and prior to this patch, I have played 4 Visage games, and I am on an 8-game win streak with Visage. So that says something, you know, if somebody like myself can win 8 games in a row with Visage.
Was he banned in the last game or something?
I didn't see last game, but I've been watching a lot of Optic, and every team has first-round banned Visage against Optic. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was banned last game, because... I mean, 33 pretty much won them a LAN with Visage, so they won like 2 or 3 crucial games in that LAN with Visage. This hero is insane. The only real counter I see is split pushing and Crimson Guard. Is the only 2 ways I can really see to deal with the hero. Split pushing, because if he TPs, he doesn't have his birds, so it's really hard for Visage to react to split pushing. So you have to be able to, like, stop him from pushing, and then you have to be able to split push. So they go with the Qual. I like that idea against dealing with the Visage pushing himself. They immediately ban the Brood, knowing that 33 loves these cheese-type heroes, and also Brood is insanely good versus Visage. I don't know. I'm looking forward to some Visage, man. This hero is busted. I want to see how it works out for them. His only weakness is the laning stage. I've
never heard anyone so excited to see fucking Visage.
Dude, Visage is a hero that, like, the thing for me is this. Okay, I'm not excited because I just love watching Visage. I'm excited because
you want to learn.
I don't understand Visage all that well, even though I've played him like 8 or 9 times, and I want to see what a good team who spams Visage, so they know how good Visage is, how they deal with this hero, what they're going to do to say, okay, we just got first pick Visage. What is our lineup going to look like that deals with Visage? Because, like, I don't know. I'm one of those people. I'm sure Chad asks me all these questions whenever I'm streaming. It's like, they go, BSJ, I don't know what to do against this hero. What do I do? And I'm like, and so I've been getting a lot about Visage, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm 8-0 with the hero, and I'm not even that great at him. So, like, you know, I got nothing. So that's why I'm excited for some Visage, because I don't see him all that often. And I'm surprised he's not picked up more in competitive.
What is
like,
good against Visage? Like I mean, you have, like, flat cannon type stuff that kills the birds, right?
It doesn't really kill them, though, because they get the aura from his Gravekeepers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I actually think the best way to deal with the birds is to actually Silver Edge the Visage. It's not like Timbersaw, where he keeps all of his current stacks. It actually just removes Gravekeeper's cloak completely, which makes his birds die in an instant. So I'm curious to see if they employ the Silver Edge. I think the Coddle's pretty good, because the AoE mischance on the birds, like, just, you want to make it so that you can ignore the Visage while you kill his team and then kill him, I think is the best way, because it's almost impossible to ever go on a Visage. He just doesn't die. And he's kind of like that.
What about damage over time spells?
Well, it has to be at least 50 damage to proc
Veno
Gravekeepers. So Veno's okay. Yeah, Veno's okay. I've seen Veno. At the same time, though, Visage can just kill the Veno wards, like, honestly, so quickly before you can even lay them. That's the one thing about the Visage. Like, Visage single target physical damage might be the most in the game. With, like, Solar Crest and, like, 3 birds, might be the most physical damage a single hero puts out. It's pretty insane how much damage he does. People don't realize it, but they also... I didn't keep up with Visage. They've changed the hero so much, but now his birds get the Grave Chill bonus. Yeah. So they get the attack speed from the Grave Chill. So it's like, it's just so much damage on the birds.
He's always an interesting hero. He's gone through a lot of changes the past few years, but same identity.
Hey! Suns fan, why don't you just become a coach, dude?
Wow. Well,
I mean, Veno is good. Veno is definitely like one of the heroes that I've seen picked up against Visage, but to pick him this early definitely means that they view the same thing you just said. So,
or it's just a coincidence.
Definitely not a coincidence if you see a third pick Veno. Like,
classic pick.
They know they have to deal with this Visage. They know how powerful the hero is, and so I don't think they obviously want to dedicate their entire lineup to Visage. That's like an overreaction, but if you don't pick the heroes now, then suddenly you're kind of like pigeonholed to pick counters later, so you're going to see the counters now. And so they go Coddle for the AoE blind, and then they go Veno for the damage over time, and kiting. Like, Visage can be kited, so with slows. And then they go Lifestealer. Really good against Coddle Veno. Very good.
Don't really have a bomb of any kind. Well, the birds?
I mean, you just go Radiance. So... you don't really need a bomb. They either can go a bomb, like they can pick the last pick to be a vehicle of some sort, or they can just go the Radiance build. Visage is super active early, and so the only weakness of the Radiance Lifestealer is that he doesn't really do anything for like the first 15 minutes, but that's made up by heroes like Visage. I personally think Visage is actually very good against Terrorblade.
But Terrorblade's really good against Lifestealer,
yes,
right?
So that's what I'm thinking is like, I don't mind the Terrorblade pick. And I think Terrorblade's a hero that, I said, he's very good, but people have been first picking him and then he just gets 4 counters. So now suddenly Terrorblade is actually pretty good against 2 or 3 of these heroes. He's very good against Disruptor because once you get BKB, Disruptor just dies to you or just does nothing. So... I like this much better as a Terrorblade game, but I will say Visage is, like, I've played the matchup, it's from both sides. It's very scary. Visage actually offers enough damage to kill you through your armor, which is pretty surprising. Usually Terrorblade does not have physical damage issues, and the damage from Terrorblade on Visage isn't enough. Like, you can't really kill him very well, so... we'll see. I'm telling you, man. This may sound like some, you know, Dota fan gay type, just like I'm just some little boy that's at the playground with his candy or whatever. But this, I'm excited because these are.
I like my candy.
I love it.
Great.
This is an exciting.
It's great to hear some passion for a hero that I find boring.
Okay, here's my deal. I've realized that one of my primary limitations isn't necessarily, like, a lot of people think of pro play as hero pool. It's more important not necessarily to play a ton of heroes, but at least understand them, like what they do, so that when you play against them, you don't just fucking lose. Like, because that's what I've realized is, like, I'll play against Visage, like, beginning of this patch, I'd lose every game. I've actually been winning a lot against Visage because, like, I learned a lot about him just playing him, and I still don't feel like I know him at all in competitive. So they go Bristle. I have no idea how that matches up. I legitimately have no idea. This could be an offlane or a carry Bristle. Like, the Veno and Bristle can kind of be interchangeable. I think it's offlane because of Coddle. The Coddle Bristle combo is very potent.
Yeah, it's pretty
very good against Lifestealer because Lifestealer has 1 armor in the laning stage.
So Veno mid, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, Veno mid, yeah. They actually could put Terrorblade mid as well. But the Veno, like, just for the laning stage, but Veno mid against Visage is pretty good. So they'll probably do that. You're right. That's what you're here for.
So with Lifestealer, you're talking about no need for a bomb target necessarily, but it wouldn't hurt, right?
I feel like it never hurts, but I feel like with the lineup that Optic has, it's really hard to make a Lifestealer bomb work. Like, how do you burst a Terrorblade or a Bristle like, but especially with Coddle Tusk behind. Even Veno builds items like Four Staves and, you know, survivability non-feeding items, so it's really hard to
get a Silver Edge carrier, perhaps. Okay, never mind. Timber Saw.
They just go for the timber.
Pure damage, pretty good.
Okay, so I just want to point out that for both teams, Silver Edge is really freaking good, and nobody has a Silver Edge builder. So
I don't know,
we might
bro.
be seeing a weird Silver Edge builder.
Tusk
this game.
Silver
I wouldn't
Edge.
be surprised if Veno builds one.
Unfortunately, PPD's playing Tusk, so that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So Silver Edge Veno, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it owns Visage. I'm telling you, like, it just crushes him because you kill his birds. It actually, you don't even use the Silver Edge to kill his hero. You Silver Edge the hero and then kill the birds. I had it the other day against a Luna who just Silver Edged me, and the glaives instantly killed my birds. And I was like, holy moly, that's incredibly hard to deal with.
Is that what you said? Holy moly?
Seconds remaining.
That's something along those lines. You know, maybe a little bit more.
5 seconds remaining.
Less family friendly, you know.
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, you're right.
But
Bristleback, I feel like it's when Silver Edge came out, everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's so good against these heroes." I feel like it's a bit overrated in a lot of ways. Obviously, they got rid of the damage mitigation. I think against Bristle, though, it's probably the hardest counter.
I think, okay, I'm going to be straight with you. I do think it is insanely good against Bristle. I actually think Visage gets owned more by Silver Edge than Bristle does. Like, it's that bad for Visage.
Yeah,
like,
but what
it's
if
that bad.
your birds aren't even there, you know? They have to be there with you.
But you have to leave the birds with you because they get, like...
the aura.
Yeah, because of the aura. Like, the birds, the only reason Visage is, like, a carry now is in the old days, like, his birds used to just die as the game went on, but now his birds have 80 damage reduction as long as they're near you, so like they just don't die. But like if his birds they've been balanced so that they're incredibly squishy if they're not actually near your real hero. So basically most Visages have their birds with them, and if you ever play Visage, you'll know that if you don't have birds, you're basically not a hero. Like your hero is birds, and like your birds are your hero though, in terms of the fact that you still need to be near your birds are nothing without the hero because of the Gravekeepers, and your hero's nothing without the birds because you do no damage. So we see it smoke up. Will he Grave Chill on Jesse? Yes, he will. Can they catch him?
Zai's gonna get caught up by the kinetic field. That actually looks like it's more than enough to kill Zai. Oh, okay, I said that a little too early. Oh, the uphill miss! Is he freak with the ensnare? And finally, okay, I wasn't wrong after all.
But they did have to level Ensnare as well as Kinetic Field. So that's not like a free First Blood. They did have to level 2. Like they have, both of those heroes have strong harass tools and the Riptide as well as the Thunderstrike. And having to level both of those abilities will limit their aggression level 1. So that definitely matters.
Look at that massive experience that they just got from that kill.
What, they get like 14?
Let's see what the actual number is.
14 on Disruptor.
Yeah, 14.
14 on Lifesteal. I honestly totally threw out a random number there. That's a total guess. And a 14 on Visage. I swear to you, I guessed that.
I believe you, buddy. I believe you.
Oh, man.
That would be a really stupid thing to lie about. So.
I was just like, what? Okay, that's pretty funny. So Moo actually takes a lot of damage top as well when he's getting the rune. Did he even get the rune? No, he did not. Peter got it. So Moo took a lot of damage going into the lane.
Yep, has not leveled anything yet, just in case he needs that.
It is a Terrorblade mid. I was right about that.
Oh, okay, sure. Look at you. You're on fire.
Nailed it.
Pycat versus Chessie. This will be an interesting one for sure. He's getting blocked by his own illusion right now. We'll look back in that mid lane. I don't think there's a whole lot of kill potential at the early stage. Oh god, what did I miss? Bottle died.
Lane the net into the kinetic field in the net again.
All right.
They have to deal with this. Their lifestealer is going to struggle if they don't because his armor's so low against the Quill's spam.
Yep, 33. Definitely wants to take advantage. And this is one of those heroes that feels like, I don't want to call him a snowball hero, but he kind of feels like it sometimes. If you don't get good farm, really feels like this hero struggles to get back in the game.
You're either killable and you're useless, or you're unkillable and you win the game. So I agree with that. He is definitely a snowball hero. In a different sense than most, but yes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
those Quills, man, they hurt. Especially when he gets level 3.
Uh-oh. Thunder strikes on him. 33 taking considerable damage, but yeah, those cool sprays. 3 stacks on life stealer right now. He's gonna have to pop that health pot right off the bat. Another thunder strike available though is Soxa getting right clicked. Oh, he's gonna dodge the illuminate, but Zai is super fast. Another right click should do it. And oh, he's actually juking around the trees. Can actually right click a little bit. No, the open wounds won't help him out. Oh, Limp is stuck inside.
Oh god, the TP!
Yeah.
He has no salve. He has to be brought
1
regen from the disruptor. And he drops it for him, so he does have it.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see if you're complexity right now, for sure.
I mean, this is definitely a good matchup for Bristle, especially with the Coddle amping up to spam those quills.
And mid lane, some harassment onto Pycat, Chessie, accompanied by Z-Freak. The walking ensnare for now, only level 1.
Yeah, Visage is just a ticking time bomb though. Once he hits 6, any hero can't lane. No hero can lane against Visage once it's over. So once he gets 6, Terrorblade will certainly jump it.
Moo is getting harassed constantly in this top lane. Still does hit level 3 just now. Has 2 in reactive armor. Another Timber Chain should be fine.
That Poison Sting hurts though. He has to go all the way back to base.
Yep, won't have the comfort of his shrine for another couple minutes, unfortunately for him. 33 still sitting on a mango, so could aggress if he really wants to. Of course, has Coddle there for that as well. One of the more annoying combos in the game for sure. Think of Coddle, I think of Bristle, and I think of PL as the classic duos.
I think of Beastmaster as well. He's not really classic, he's more recent, but with the new axes, a lot of people pick the Coddle Beastmaster because you get the amp and the stacks, so...
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
But yes, you are right, the more classic examples, and they're still good. They actually TP the Timbersaw bottom, and Limp already TP'd, or yeah, he TP'd kind of recently, so he's gonna have to find his way to the side shop in order to get one. Optic, you can tell 33 knows this too. Oh,
yeah, but they're gonna aggress onto 33. He might be a little too far. Pops that mango, trying to get as much damage as possible, but with Moo there, definitely a good counter to Bristleback.
As a carry player, those are the kills we like to see. Get that guy out of my face, please. Thank you.
Is he? What is he doing now, though? Okay, he TP'd top.
I'm not gonna lie, Veno is not any better for this hero. Like, he's just gonna get hit by Poison Sting and take a ton of damage. Lifestealer cannot sustain this early in the game. Through all of this DOT, so...
Well, the good news is Magic Immunity now takes off, or now dispels Gale.
It does, but the Poison Sting is the issue. So he's not gonna die, but he's not gonna, like, feel good about being here. Moo is taking a lot of harass bottom, has the 10 stacks of reactive, but 33, holy moly, the damage.
Oh, boy. Oh, he misses the tree. Kinetic Field is there. Let's see if it's enough to save him. Still 5 stacks of Quill Sprays. 33 could probably just dive this, honestly.
I mean, he has a creep wave tanking. He doesn't care. Worst case scenario, he walks
only 4
away.
charges. All right, he's actually fine. I don't know how that didn't stack past 6. Actually, only 2 now. PPD in the meantime, getting chased down by Z-Freak. This should be ensnare. He does have Riptide and Wand, but he'll just right click. That was almost a pretty cheeky play by PPD. But Limp
cares to see what happens mid when he hits 6 on Visage. I believe they should just put a support on Optic there. Not quite 6 just yet. Terrorblade is actually beating him pretty heavily.
Yeah, it's doing nice.
One thing cool about this matchup that I love, watch it for a second.
I'm gonna go for it with a Metamorphosis. Chessie's just dead.
I like the gank on Visage before he hits 6. That's pretty huge. Once he hits 6, it's just so much more difficult, the birds to protect him. But what I saw was Pycat actually went level 1 reflection, or Conjure Image. I thought that was really interesting. And the way Visage wins the lane is by grave chilling you when you're trying to CS, so he attacks really fast and you attack really slow. So he used his illusion to help him get last hits and denies because he can only grave chill 1 target. I thought that's pretty cool.
Oh, PPD going in pretty deep. Z-Freak not able to get the snare off though. So Pycat will just have to
just take a bajillion damage there from meta.
Yeah. Metamorphosis pretty good to have your ultimate that early in the game. Essentially. But Moo trying to recover in this bot lane right now. 17 and 7 as far as CS is concerned. But you're right, Pycat dominating the mid lane.
Yeah, I just think that's really cool. He had a very unique understanding of this matchup. I don't think very rarely do you see Terrorblades utilize illusions that much in the laning stage in order to CS, but I actually saw him get several denies when he's Grave Chilled because he had like 2 illusions hitting the creep, and I thought that was pretty cool. So just wanted to point that out, something I learned here and something people can learn about Terrorblade Visage matchup. Little things these pros do to tilt the lanes in their favor, it makes all the difference. The fact that he has level 6 before the Visage lets his Tusk gank for him. Oh, Visage has level 6 now.
Yeah, there's potential action everywhere. This is going to be tough to get a kill here. 33 getting initiated on the bot lane. No Chakram available yet, but the pure damage from Mu is so insane. Just gets a little bit closer, has the Soul Ring, has the Wand. Feels like a matter of time. Just one whirling. Oh, he actually misses the whirling death. Soxa might be in trouble. He dies to the bristleback. Oh, that is rough. And Pycat is here as well, but Mu will finish him off. So it's a 1 for 1.
At this point, they really don't do anything to Timbersaw. I think they need to leave him alone for a little while until they get up some damage items to deal with him.
And tower now being sieged by the level 6 Visage, also known as Visage, if you're from that part of the world. Visage. But Pycat with a very healthy level advantage in the mid lane too, not just farm.
Those denies really added up, but Visage always comes back. I mean, if you look at how fast he farms the jungle, the Grave Chill plus the bonus to the birds is just so much. And he'll rotate between jungle and mid. What Visages do.
CC&C gonna get open wounds, gets the Gale off onto 2, the Rage to fall off for Limp. Inevitable death coming for CC&C. In fact, it's going to be from the Infest.
That's really important. Vino's a hero that just kind of... He'll always win the battle of attrition. Like, he will just out-harass you over time. So the only way to really deal with Vino is to kill him. And that's the best, like, really good maneuver by Complexity to open up the game for their Lifestealer, who has treads, and I assume will go for the Radiance build, because he has 2 very active cores. And we'll just have to see where he chooses to go with this. Game's looking good for Complexity.
Getting harassed by the Ancient Prowlers quite a bit. He's trying to get those stacks up on the armor.
This is just space.
Nope. Oh, he misses the Timber Chain, but will TP out successfully.
I was kind of hoping that Centaur would stomp based on like the proximity of 3 heroes. Those are always the funny plays when this neutral creeps somehow change the game.
Yeah, why is it that all the creeps require like multiple targets except for the Ancient Prowler? He just mess you up no matter what.
I mean, that creep is actually the bane of every farming hero's existence. I hate that thing.
Yeah, it's rough.
So annoying. You're just like, I can farm Ancients except for this camp, and then you just take like 2/3 of your health and damage. And
need somebody to keep you rooted. That's the thing. CC&C gets a glimpse back into the kinetic field.
So easy to gank.
Soul Assumption will finish him off.
This stage, he has the Helm Dom as well. I really like the early Helm Dom to sustain pushes against the Coddle Blasts and the Veno and the Bristleback Quills.
The Centaur becomes your 3rd bird.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to deny it. All right.
Betrayal.
Unfortunate. Well, Bristle versus Timbersaw is always an interesting matchup. Timbersaw usually getting the better end of it, but if you overextend...
to the Metamorph.
Pycat had the Metamorphosis popped here. Soxa not quite level 6 yet, because we have the Snowball in the mid lane. Chessie. Looks like the birds are going to get hit by Gale. But to no avail. I know that rhymed. I'm really good.
That was sick.
Thanks, bro. 33. They have a lot of stacks in these in this area. Gotten a lot of farm as a result. I say that, but he's middle of the pack, so maybe not.
He had a pretty, like, he was being aggressive in the laning stage, but he didn't really have much time to farm, so...
I guess that's true.
It's usually the heroes in these highly contested lanes that are lower on the net worth, like the mid lane being much of a trade we talked about. There wasn't much happening. Both those heroes are top of the net worth. CC&C surprisingly having a harder game. I feel like a 4-staff was better than Veil here, just because of the Naga net, the Visage slow, and the Lifestealer open wounds. The 4-staff just helps him out a lot. I feel like with the Veil, he's still very vulnerable to just dying on Venom, so kind of surprised he went through the first time in Veil.
Bot lane Static Storm along with Chakram used. Able to clean up Bristleback pretty easily, but the tier 1 tower does fall in the mid lane.
Inevitable against Visage, he just slowly takes it over time. He's not a hero that rotates, so he pretty much just sits in the mid lane and eventually takes your tower. It's just a matter of how long it takes. I would say you got to be careful. They don't really have great answers.
The mana. Wow, how can I not think of this name? Oh, he doesn't have mana leak yet, actually. Mana leak against Timbersaw, quite good. Glimpse back from Zai. He's going to get ensnared on top of it. Chakram to follow. Lots of damage coming. And looks like Zai will be the first to fall. PPD might be next. The birds are going to finish him off. So it's a 2 for nothing in favor of Qual. And another tower falls. Now, 33 running the opposite way to try to get away. See if they can catch him or not. Does not have a TP for one.
Touchdown in the enemy base.
Oh, he can't take damage, but he does. That was an ambitious one. And he's going to take a lot of damage from this, so they do have to be careful. It is a bristleback after all. Yeah, but there are the birds, and there's the burst. So Complexity, off to another pretty solid start. Looks like this Soxa guy is pretty good, huh? Although
yeah,
he's not
pretty
captaining.
Good player.
So.
Surprised he didn't work out on Optic. I think he left on his own.
Actually, I don't know the story. I was a little confused by that. I mean, when it comes to Soxa, it's never like a personality thing, I feel.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty easy
super
to get
chill
along with guy. Everyone, yeah. All I've heard about him is he's just quiet and does his thing. Like he just does a good job.
Which can be a bad thing though, being too quiet. That was definitely.
Well, yeah, you don't want too many players like that, but having a player like that's never bad if it's just him. Never will be. He's never going to be the guy that destroys the team internally.
Yeah. Well, Pycat glimpsed back, but they don't get the static storm successfully. Doesn't matter. They have the chain stun and enough to burst him down.
And bottom lane, Moo's diving Zai as well. I mean, Moo just is scared of nothing. He doesn't give any shits about anything.
That's 2 TPs that he's forced as well.
I think Optic is actually overreacting to Moo. I think they have to ignore him and just let him do what he's doing and avoid feeding as much as possible. Every time they spend 3 heroes reacting to him, like the rest of the map just opens up for Complexity because they're dedicating so many resources to a hero that they can't do anything to. So I'm surprised that they're putting as much attention on the Timbersaw as they are, because meanwhile they're just losing buildings. And this is kind of the problem, is they can't really deal with Timbersaw, and Visage is just so strong at what he's doing. So they're just losing buildings. They can't deal with both. Like the only way to deal with Visage is like 4-man ganking him. Same with Timbersaw.
Glimpse back in the kinetic field again. Zai in quite a bit of trouble, and the Timber Chain will finish him off. Ice Shard's not there in time, and Moo going to continue the pressure. Pycat and company, can they do anything against this Timbersaw? Looks like they can. That's a lot of damage. Oh, the Timber Chain onto a tree in melee range will not get you out in time. Sox in the meantime TP's out in the face of danger. Will be successful. So a little feed there from Moo, but
he knows that doesn't change the state of the game. That's important that they got that kill, but he can still resume exactly what he was doing. He just has to be a little bit more careful about not having any stacks of reactive armor going into those in fights.
And it's not like he wasted a bunch of Bloodstone charges, because not quite there yet. As the Arcane Boots Hood
even started it.
That's not true. He started it in his mind.
Okay, he's mentally preparing himself for it.
Looks like SNY is now on Pycat as 33. That's a little bit lowered armor there. Limp. He's going to apply a little bit of pressure there.
To the Visage birds.
Yeah, they're just going to back up. Not worth the effort. It's going to take too long to chew. It's one of those pieces of meat, you know? Just not worth the effort. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You lost me.
It's like a piece of meat, I said. That's too hard to chew. If I explain it like that,
I couldn't tell if this was a deeper metaphor than what it was on the surface. Or...
No, it's as basic as it gets.
Okay, then I'm following you. I'm following you. Just making sure I knew.
Have you never eaten a piece of meat? It's like, this actually wasn't worth chewing for this long. It's so tough.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Come on. It's like duck. Eating duck is... No, that's not... It's not the right meat. I don't know. I don't eat a whole... Maybe horse meat's pretty tough, I think. Soxa...
What other meat do you eat?
Well, I guess just chicken and beef and...
Okay.
I've only had duck
sausage,
once.
Maybe?
Yeah, a little sausage here and there, sure. I hear horse is real tough, though.
Oh, man. I wouldn't know. Never tried horse.
I'm willing to try horse. But...
I mean, I'm willing to try anything as long as it's, not crazy, but...
Well, what's considered crazy, then? We're going to have Venom get spotted out, and he's going to die.
Feels bad, man.
Nice rage. Can't attack anything. There you go.
Yeah, he quickly realizes he has to coin blade down a tree. And this is why I actually like Visage against Veno. You can actually just walk right past the wards and kill them because of the birds. I don't know, man. I haven't learned much about Visage this game because I think this is exactly why the hero's really good. They're just owning. So, they're going to walk right into Roche on the side of Optic with the DD on Pipecat. This might have been a smoke.
That is a good here to get DD on, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Metamorphosis
Crimson Guard now on Bristle as well, by the way. Snowball. Oh, I hear a song. It's from Z-Freak.
Do they have the Disruptor?
See if they can set anything up here. It's just a delay song. Pycat.
Still have the DD.
Yeah, DD.
Chessie's here.
Still quite a bit of duration left on it.
No Radiance on Limp yet. He still only has the Relic.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to fight before that Radiance. That's a lot of wasted net worth for sure. Z-Freak is going to get initiated on, but Moo is here for the counter initiation. Limp. Well, he pops that Rage, but he's taking so much damage. Nice and Snare will save his life. And now the Infest onto Sox, who's going to get chased down by the Crystal Bag. He's going to think twice about it, though. And Moo, they're just creating a lot of space. They're not dying. Although Moo might...
the Metamorphosis duration. They do get the tower, but no rush.
The Ancient
could have easily focused the Lifestealer there. He stayed too much on the Timbersaw. I think he needs to make sure he prioritizes other targets and fights. Timbersaw is just too hard to fight, or too hard to bring down in engagements like that.
Yeah, really good kiting from Qual. They don't lose anybody. They prevent the Roche. The duration of Metamorphosis is down. The DD is gone.
And they almost have Radiance, so once they hit that, it's only gonna get more difficult for Optic.
I mean, they could potentially sneak Roche themselves right now if they want. But yeah,
I actually think Optic will just, or Complexity, excuse me, will just get the Radiance and walk into Roche. I think that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna like maybe smoke, try to kill the Coddle, and then Roche. I think once Coddle's dead, they can't possibly do anything about it.
You know who looks delicious is the Hellbear Smasher. Sorry, I'm just still on this food thing.
Yeah,
I would.
He looks like he'd
definitely try that.
Yeah, he'd medium rare Hellbear Smasher.
Yeah, like he's got to taste good. That's definitely the best tasting meat in Dota. By the way, you didn't answer my question about what meat is weird for you. What would you not try? Like hippopotamus.
Okay, well, probably not hippo. But I always hear about like those I'm never gonna eat like liver. That's just not me.
Forget about parts of the animal. I'm just talking about the animal themselves.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just talking animals themselves. Probably dog. I'll probably never eat.
Okay, that's fair. Dog and cat, I would never eat for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever eat a pet. I don't think I can handle that.
What do you consider a pet? Because you can have a hippo as a pet.
You could have a cow as a pet. Okay, household.
You know, the hippo is the most dangerous animal in the world.
I've actually heard that, yeah. Hippos are...
That's why I want to eat them, so I can ingest some of that power. You know?
Yeah, okay. Transfers to you?
Yeah, something like that. Then I become really obese. That's the downside of being a hippo. But
you can swim really well.
Yeah,
too.
I mean the difference is I'm already morbidly obese anyway, so it works out in my favor. The Roshan
is doing exactly as BSJ has given the read.
Yeah, there you go.
Note. Radiance walk into Roche. They're not even killing the Coddle, they're just zoning him on the Naga. And this Roche will die. Solar Crest on the Visage. Wolf Aura as well. Insanely high
Static Storm onto 2 with Kinetic Field as well. Can they get there in time to actually do damage? Zai will drop right off the back. Crimson Guard popped by 33. PPD getting bursted. Not quite dead yet is Z-Freak. Able to get out actually. Chessie now. See the pipe coming into play as well. And the Radiance just continue to do so much damage over time. And that's 3 dead for Optic. All they lose is Visage. We'll see if they want to continue to push this lane or not.
Wonder what CCNC's saving for.
He has 3,000 gold.
CCNC, huh?
I think I said CCNC, but I might have,
no.
said DC. GG&G, I think is his name. Heard that one.
So you don't think it's going to be the 4 staff considering he has so much gold?
I feel like that's the item he should buy, but I feel like he must be thinking something else, because otherwise, why wouldn't he have bought it already? That's how I.
If you had 10,000 gold on Veno, what would you buy? Like what item changes this game for your team? Is it actually the 4 staff?
I don't see really anything. I think the best way he can change the game is to go like Ags, but I don't think he can go Ags now. I think he'll just die if he goes Ags. So I think with 10,000 gold, I'd go like Ags Octarine.
Okay.
I don't think he can afford to just go Ags, because like I really am emphasizing without 4 staff he just dies to an open wounds. Like if he gets open wounds, he's dying. So
yep, that's true.
That is not a feeling you want to have on a core hero, to know that if the enemy core walks within 500 range of you, you are dead. Surprised he didn't go at first item. I think he has a couple unnecessary deaths because he didn't. But prioritize the Veil for the damage output.
Zai, he is dead. The old walk away from move, but he will be drained of his mana. But does have 15 Bloodstone charges. Wait, so he died with Bloodstone already?
No, I don't think so. I think he just got one charge just recently. I think on the Coddle, right? It gives you 14 to start.
No, I keep forgetting they changed it again. Yeah. Even though that was probably a year ago at this point.
Yeah. I actually think it was probably sometime in the last 3 or 4 months. They've been changing Bloodstone charges a lot because of mana regen and all that stuff. But they do have BKB on Pycat now, so that's a good... It's hard to say, but they are down by 3k gold, but they're all in on the Terrorblade train. So that's something you can win with in this game. They don't have any supports that deal well with Terrorblade. And Terrorblade, you know, as the game goes on, will become harder to kill. But I emphasize that Visage actually does a shit ton of damage, so they do have the way to deal with.
Do you think Visage is good, BSJ?
Yes, I do. Have you not been watching the same game I have?
It's more
he got like ganked 3 times in the mid lane, died once, and still has this massive impact.
I want to know the percentage of this cast that's talking about Visage.
I mean, you gotta talk about what's winning them the game, right? It's winning them the game.
Oh, God.
Bottom lane, he's forced to pop BKB on Terrorblade and Meta, so they're chasing him down.
That's not good. All right, they're going to find 33 to start off. He's going to pop the Crimson Guard. Here comes a Snowball. Not going to quite hit Soxa. Will get Waller's Punch to death, though. I heard a song. Looks like it was canceled. There's a 1-for-1. Tuskfly's back in the game, though. No, there's the song. Okay, I'm just hearing things in my old age.
Visage,
yeah, Veno initiated on Limp. Still has that Radiance going with the Aegis, so he's not too worried about dying right now. And where's that break things up?
CNC's live.
Well, there you go. The value item. You were right all along.
What can I say?
Oh, they're going to turn this around in the PPD. There's the Timber Chain as well. Limp with the Rage, taking out the illusions for now. The Pycat's just going to focus right-clicking him for now. Metamorphosis is done, though, so he's not nearly as useful as he used to be. And Moo continue that kill streak as Limp, again, just such a pain to kill. And he has the Aegis, so you don't really want to even apply that many spells to him.
Optic just has so much damage.
Oh boy, the Meme Hammer. He's going to use it anyway, just for the visual effect, to give yourself a little bit of confidence as you push down this mid tower.
That's the message. Heck, that's the message. It's like the slam dunk on his dead corpse.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy. Thank you.
Yeah,
perfect.
You're welcome. As a basketball fan, I'm sure you appreciate.
I do appreciate slam dunks.
Okay, so Terrorblade is working on a Scotty. I just, you know, you asked about Veno. I don't really know an item for Terrorblade that changes this game. That's the issue I have.
Well, what if you get like 5k net worth just instantly? Will that help?
I actually don't think so. Scotty's a huge deal, but like
Butterfly Scotty.
You saw he spent that entire fight just getting ran at. He didn't even like his initial fight was him popping meta and BKB and running away, and that is not what you want to be doing as Terrorblade. That is the complete opposite. They're only down by 4k, but all of their net worth is on Terrorblade, and Complexity has some good heroes. Just leave it at that without having to name them specifically. And Lifestealer and Radiance, it's not. Oh, we're seeing top lane. Pycat body blocking Chessie. They have no stuns, so
they sure don't.
I will say that like Lifestealer is still not good against Terrorblade with the Radiance build, but it's way better than the right-click build. So it's not like it's more. Terrorblade Lifestealer is more like a 90-10 when you go the Armlet build. It's like a 70-30 or 60-40 when you go for the.
Well, what about Radiance versus the rest of the heroes? It's pretty good, right? I mean, it's hard to kill.
Yeah, it's a really good Radiance game, and they have a lot of kite on Optic with the 4 stabs as well as just the heroes they have, the slows and control. So the Radiance is always better in those circumstances because you're going to spend most of the fight walking at them anyways. You might as well burn for 60 damage a second. So that's the idea behind it.
I mean, they just kite him with the BKB. You have Ensnare. You have all these. You have Timber changes going left, right, and center. Move can be all over the place. I mean, really, the counter to Terrorblade is the burst damage from Timbersaw. I would say more than any other hero.
I will say though, Complexity really does, like the lineup they have really flourishes in like long fights. They want long fights. The Radiance Burn, the Timber Saw, but Lip is caught. Oh, the save though. Oh my god, here we go. The main hammer.
Gonna go for this. Here it comes.
God, it hurts.
Static Storm onto 4 heroes. PKD is popped by Pycat in time, but 2 are gonna die right off the back. Right off the bat for Optic, as there's the buyback now.
Limp is low.
Coddle, as Pycat's going to continue onto Limp. Looks like Limp will fall, but no Aegis for him this time around. 33 will die as a result, though. So it's a 3-for-1 with the buyback as Pycat has Sunder. Can he get it off is the question. He does onto Moo, and with that Moo might want to retreat. Chessie is going to continue to pound to the Pycat, but see if they actually have enough to take him out. Moo's going to come in. There's the Chakram. They have so much burst damage with him, and of course, because he's not level 25, Sunder's not up again, and Zai looks to be next on the list. This will be a dieback for him. So all in all, that is 4 deaths for Optic, unless somebody just spawned. PPD probably died in that fight. Let's just say it's a team wipe. Team wipe!
Yeah, Peter popped back. Peter actually popped back there. Or no, he did die. Did they die back on Coddle? Yeah, they died back on Coddle. They died back. So they lost 5 heroes there.
I think CCNC is the only one that didn't die that fight, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and Coddle died twice, so I mean that's just you're seeing in the net worth now 8K.
Yeah, and there's a Meteor Hammer. It's gonna help their push. That's a tier 3 tower. Looking for more. They know that even when Terrorblade comes back up, his Metamorphosis will not be back up. In the meantime, getting mana drain to a high degree. CCNC with the Poison Nova. Static Storm is placed defensively. It looks like Complexity want to fall back as the Glimpse take Bristleback back where he came from. We'll see if they can actually get out with no casualties. Z-Freak might be the... Oh my god, Moo comes in with so much burst damage. Applied mostly to Zai. They're going to clean up Z-Freak in all likelihood. The question is, will this be the only death for Complexity as they attempt to run away? And PPD?
Peter has Visage caught, but...
Are you sure? It's not
Which way is this? I don't know, actually.
The PPD is...
Snowball, but these birds, man, ow.
Yeah.
He does not have resummon, actually, so this is pretty big to kill these birds. No resummon for 70 seconds.
Do they have
Very
enough?
similar to Lone Druid. He's basically not a hero without his birds.
That's right. That is a correct statement.
He's actually going MKB on Pycat. I think that's important. I think against the Lifestealer he has to, because the Radiance plus the Solar Crest plus the level 20 talent that will inevitably come out for the 20% evasion. It's just too much if you... Like, and he's the only damage on his team that's going to kill the Lifestealer, so he has to go for that. I like that. He's going Nullifier next, it looks like. I don't know about that. I think the Scotty's still good.
Terrorblade?
Yeah, I think the Scotty's still good, but we'll see what he chooses.
This looks like a Divine Rapier to me.
Oh, that is a Divine Rapier. I see Sacred Relic and I think Nullifier. Okay, you know what? I actually think they might be in a circumstance where he needs a Rapier, so...
Okay.
I wouldn't hate it.
I mean, his main issue right now is he's just not tanky. Excuse me, he's not tanky at all right now. Excuse me, indeed.
You're right, I mean, PPD caught out by the Naga net into Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, he's gonna tick down very slowly, but 4 staffs to safety. Chakram does connect. But yeah, we're gonna look at...
He's a race card.
He's just dead. Z-Freak, nice kill for him. Has that Blink Dagger. Can be pretty much everywhere at once. Moo. He's going to find the Venomancer. CCNC. 4 steps again. Has the Aghanim Scepter. Really doesn't want to use Poison Over right now, though. And looks like that's going to break things up. As Pycat takes that tier 2 bot. So good space created from Optic. All they really lose is PPD, who's the 2nd lowest net worth in the entire game. Surprised Sox is so low for them as well. Typically, he'll find farm even as a position 5. He's just that kind of player, but like, he doesn't feel like a PPD type, you know?
Yeah, I will say though, he is playing with Z-Freak, who's like one of the greediest 4 position.
That's true.
Quite effective play style a bit.
But it is working out quite well for Z-Freak, no doubt, this build. If he had super money, I would love to see Ags on this Naga. One of the cooler Ags in the game for sure.
Especially against Veno, it'd be really good.
Indeed.
Veno does have the Ags, so he does output a lot of damage. He's going for the Blink as well. I think it's super important that his ult hits the Visage, because that is really the only way they have of It doesn't necessarily kill Visage, but it like removes them from the fight. So I think that if they can get the ult on Visage, maybe 1 or 2 other heroes, then maybe Terrorblade can afford to focus the Lifestealer, and that's how they win fights. And we'll see if they manage to pull that off. Okay, so he's not going for the Rapier, he's choosing to go for the Daedalus. I think the Daedalus might actually be more damage for Terrorblade, because it does give your illusions the crit, and his illusions obviously don't benefit at all from the Divine Rapier.
They look cool. That's benefiting.
That is cool. That is true. He almost has level 20. This might not even be a reflection game, but I think every game is a reflection talent game, so see if he proves me wrong.
What is the other one even?
10 all stats.
Come on. Come on now. I mean, reflection's great, even if you get Lifestealer. I mean,
they have no good reflection heroes.
With that extra radiance. Why not?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. The 35 damage.
Alright, we got the big smoke. The song.
Oh, gosh.
It's on to 2. Who are they going to focus on, though? It looks like they're kind of all over the place. The Meme Hammer does not hit, but CCNC is dead. Static Storm ensures that he can't catch Jack.
He bought back.
Yeah, he does buy back. PPD on the run.
Is going down
for now. Jesse getting beaten by the Terrorblade. Has the pipe pop, but the Gale is there just in time to slow him, and that's going to be an easy kill for Optic. So a nice turnaround overall. It does cost a buyback, though.
They have Roche they can get, though. No buyback on Visage. He still has BKB on Terrorblade, so they're still able to fight this. They still have Venom too. They actually have everything on the side of Optic. Do they have an Axe Coddle? No, they don't. Never mind. That's wishful thinking.
And one of these days, he'll find it. He's not even building it, actually.
Yeah, he's going Glimmer Cape. I think he knows he doesn't have the time to go for it.
And they're trying to do the thing that they did earlier this game, which is create enough space to prevent the Roche overall. Nice stuns from the birds overall here. Limp has to rage. He's going to have to infest pretty soon. Pycat's getting really low. Has the BKB pop. Gets the Sunder off on moves. Very low on mana. Has to pop his Yules in addition. And Optic actually
got the middle ult on
somebody off, but they don't find anyone.
Just get Roche.
And Terrorblade, no more Metamorphosis. The birds are going to scout this out. I don't think they can take Roche.
I'm not gonna lie, Complexity is playing these Roche fights so well.
Yeah.
So good by them. We saw it, I think it was last game. It was both this game, right? Both of them were this game where they stalled the Roche? Yeah, wow. I mean, this is very good play from Complexity. They know all they have to do is wait out the Visage respawn. Now they're gonna get Roche. Wow. Really good play from Complexity here.
I'm assuming... Actually, who takes the Aegis? It's really good on Timbersaw. They still take Cheese on.
I don't think they're
jumping a little bit prematurely. Aegis goes to Limp, and this is going to be the death of Zai. So worth the attempt, but didn't work out that time around.
Just a little Timber, because I don't think they're ever bursting Timber. I think he'll always be able to reactionarily use the cheese. Like if he gets sundered or whatever.
Is that a word? Reactionarily?
Time to look at this.
Hey, I'm not saying it's not a word. I'm saying it might not be. Looking forward to this.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'm waiting for it. Oh.
Dire's middle barracks
okay.
are under attack.
That's a word.
Bro. This mid-rack is going down. Terrorblade has a Divine Rapier, by the way. This could be an epic finish.
Okay.
But only time will tell. The Tomato and company will be taking out this Rax pretty much no problem. As 33 will be TPing back. They're going to try to position themselves to get a good initiation off. Metamorphosis is available in 2 seconds. Song of the Siren is played.
God,
this could be terrible.
He needs to ult. Oh, he got the blink ult.
Yeah, she blinks out in time and gets off the Poison Nova on everybody. He's done his job.
He's done everything.
In the meantime, Waller's punch on the Z-Freak in the back.
Terrorblade going for the base.
Terrorblade right now. He's going for base. Tier 4 towers taking a lot of damage. Moo. I don't think he can stand up to Pycat. PKP is popped. Lotus Orb applied as well, and Pycat wants to Sunder, but that Lotus Orb is preventing him from doing so, and now he has to try to run away. He's going to get glimpsed back into static. Oh, gets the glimpse off at the last moment. Z-Freak with the Moonhammer coming in, and this means that Divine Rapier will drop to the deck. Who's the lucky guy from Complexity picking that bad boy up? Buyback.
Disruptor, go.
Pycat. Please, Saksa, take the Divine. I am begging you, for God Almighty's sake. Limp still has the Aegis. No infest for 14 seconds. Pycat does take him out. They're keeping the Divine here for Limp, who's going to TP out.
I'm not going to lie to you. I actually think that play was a huge mistake from Pycat. I think they could have won that fight.
That fight was, like, especially with the blink out from CCNC. Thought that was a really good fight to take.
I think that with that... Was that a 4 or 5 man ulti? Like that was
really good.
That was at least 4. And I think with that, with the BKB meta as well as Divine, I think they win that fight. And I think that was
the first time in a while that I've seen Pycat, in my opinion, make a crucial decision-making mistake. I think that was bad, but we'll see how it turns out. He did lose the Rapier, obviously. It's on the Lifestealer, who now not only does Radiance damage, but also right-clicks for 600 damage, plus Feast, so that is a lot of damage.
Indeed. And the only reason that didn't work out in terms of Pycat killing Timbersaw is because of this Lotus Orb.
Yeah.
What a good fucking item against Timber.
I want to say that, like, I mentioned that they win long fights on the side of complexity, and Moo's item choices just show, like, his items are so good for that. The Lotus Orb and the Yules, all it does is stall out and make it hard to kill him, and you saw it there, like, he just makes it so the Terrorblade gets kited during his BKB, and then when the BKB ends, the fight is won by complexity, so... They know that. They're itemizing with the Ghost Scepter on Disruptor. All of these tanky items, the Pipe, the Solar Crest, the 2 Solar Crests. I mean, they just have so much ways of drawing out these fights.
Saksa is feeling real confident now. Has an Aghanim Scepter queued up. Will he buy it this game is the question.
He's almost halfway there, so... All he has to do is get level 20, 180 GPM.
Oh, that's true. Man, that is brutal. On a support here, like... I have to hit level 20 to start making gold.
It's taunting you. It's laughing at you as your level.
And then your level 24 heroes on your team are taking the Tomes of Knowledge just to get 25. Rough life to live. No doubt about it.
And they're all a bunch of whiners anyway. Core players for life. I'm kidding. We appreciate you supports out there, even though you can't single pull ever correctly.
By the way, we were talking about the transition of Naga last game being potentially really good if it went really late, because you could just go the Radiance yourself and all that good stuff. This one more of a utility, just hardcore utility.
I hate the Radiance Naga build, I'll be honest with you, from a support position. I think this hero can scale incredibly well. I think she's better with, like, Ags or these items that you're seeing, like the Blinks and stuff. Like, I think that this hero, Blink Initiation with Song, like, the Blink... reset the fight with Song, like the Meteor Hammer catch, the Spirit. I think this hero scales really well, but like if you build Radiance, I feel like you just take farm from your cores, is what I feel like happens. Like if you have a core such as like a Night Stalker that we talked about, maybe Radiance is good because you know you're actually going to be the third core, but when you have 3 farm heavy cores, Visage, Nyx, and Timber, I don't like the Radiance build.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it also depends on lineup, right? If there's a really heavy push lineup for like a Nature's Prophet type deal, and you don't have any counter.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Something like that.
Worried about the split push of the enemy team for sure, but especially with the lineup they have, like Nyx with Radiance actually split pushes a lot. So does Timber, and so does Visage. So I don't think having too much of one thing is always not good in Dota, because that usually means you're lacking other things. And in this case, they'd be lacking a lot of catch and team fight. And so the way he's been building, I think, is really good. The team fight setup as well as the ganking threat that he's had on the map is really good. And the Meteor Hammer is actually pretty useful for clearing waves as well, as we just saw him use it there.
For sure.
Really hard to kill.
By the way, he's building another Divine.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actually pretty serious, because you talked about, I mean, yeah, Lifestealer, short. Divine, I'm sure, is great. I feel like he's still not going to be doing that much damage to Terrorblade.
Oh, it's really not that, like, yeah, they don't have like a Gyro or a Medusa or something on the other team. Some hero that really likes Divine Rapiers. It's just it's definitely very minimal impact on the...
Do you think it's a mistake for Complexity not to push the envelope and let Terrorblade farm another Divine?
I think it's scary to go high ground in this patch. I think this patch is so hard to go high ground, especially into Qual and Veno. So I'm not saying it's good that they're waiting, but I think they're in a spot where if they throw this Rapier away, like they might actually just lose. So
yeah, it does not feel like a 24k lead to me.
Yeah, I mean that Rapier is 12k net worth that we, meaning like it's 6k away from the Terrorblade and 6k on the Lifestealer, and that it really. It just doesn't, yeah. I'd say the net worth leads probably about like 15,000 in what it actually is. So he has got the second Rapier. Round 2, let's go.
Oh boy.
I hope he actually fights with his team this time. I think that was a huge mistake last time. So.
Yep, for sure. But Saksa's Static Storm with Ags now is...
Does he have it? Oh my god, he has it. Wow. How did
that is one of the best Ags in the game, for sure.
It's absolutely the best Ags in the game. Like, and especially with Nog on your team. Like, and he makes it even better if you get the setup.
All right, we'll
Disruptor ulti's now AoE Doom on the follow-up of Nagasong. They're smoked up. They know that this item's huge. Both teams are smoked up.
Yeah, they both had their... I mean, the Divine was picked up and the Axe was picked up, and I think they're equally powerful in this game.
They might be able to kill Timber. He just Timber chained into him.
Oh, boy. No. All right, he's... Oof.
Okay, he's just out because he has...
Drained a lot of mana, so I don't think he can fight anytime soon. They're going to try to go on CCC. 4 steps up to the high ground, gets the Poison Nova off, and he's just dead. He's just dead. Question is, do they want to continue? Looks like the buyback will be there, so Optic definitely want to play. Whirling Death onto 2 heroes. Optic, looks like the BKB popped by 33. Nice stuns onto the back line here, as Bristleback's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, they're just going to focus him on the sideline. Status him on the 3 hero. Pycat cannot pop anything, and that is another Divine onto the ground. 3 dead for Optic, make it 4. And you got to think that that is enough to call GG. And this game actually could have gone either way, despite this lead right now. That is the crazy part about it. But GG is called nonetheless. That was entertaining.
I stand corrected. I never thought Complexity was bad, but I thought Optic's been looking really good recently, and I think Terrorblade's been figured out, man. I don't think this hero is nearly as good as people think he is. It's not because he's not good. It's just that everyone's so prepared to deal with him that they know what to do to win. So, Visage Man. I don't know. Visage Man, pretty good hero. Pretty underwhelming Venomancer, I think, as well. I think he could have had more impact on the game. I think his early deaths were pretty bad for him with going for the first item Veil. But I'm not going to lie, Complexity just looks good. Really good. So, it's always nice to see.